Good morning, sports fans, one and all. Hello, this is Jefferson Mayfield. Today is Saturday, January 17th, 2026. And I'm playing F125. This year, the game is themed along, to be in alignment with, the film F1, starring Brad Pitt, released by Apple Films mid last year. And it's currently available on like Apple TV Plus. No, I don't work for them, and I'm not getting paid. But you're going to see some things in the course of this user-generated content video suggestive of the film. So I just wanted to cover off on that. Speaking of covering off, there's a lot of popular music that's licensed by Electronic Arts in this game, and you're going to hear a lot of that. So that's for the legals and censors from YouTube. So this doesn't get banned in certain countries or whatnot, or restricted, or whatever. Love you. Anyway, I have a season, and I'm playing a sprint season. And what that is short races, 5 laps. I manually shift, I use a manual gearbox, and I play at the realistic setting, meaning it's not set to be more difficult than real life or less. It's set to be as it would be. The drivers react as a simulation. The next location is Singapore. I just finished Azerbaijan, where I came in second behind Max Verstappen, which is not bad. I qualified second for Singapore, so I'll be right at the starting line alongside Charles Leclerc. And with that said, let's race.
Marina Bay hosted a Grand Prix that briefly ran in the 60s and 70s, but the Garden City re-entered the calendar for good in 2008. We missed it for a couple of years, but it was great to come back to the Singapore Grand Prix. And here's our track, 4.94 kilometers long, and overtaking chances into the first corner, into turn 14 at the end of the Esplanade, and now into turn 16 in the newly reprofiled sector that we first ran on in 2023. Still though, it's punishing and tough on the brakes, and the heat and humidity will take an effect on our drivers. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole, and the governor completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Verstappen, Lando Norris, and Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Albon, Bortoleto, and Yuki Tsunoda, Stroll, Hülkenberg, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, and Behrman, Hamilton, Ocon, Liam Lawson, and Jack Doohan. Gasly and Isaac Hadjar rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And joining me in the commentary box once again, Naomi Schiff. Hi, Gnomes. So we're getting close to the start of the race. What will this driver be experiencing? Big nerves? Big excitement? What?
It certainly is a time leading up to the race where drivers feel quite nervous because that adrenaline is starting to build and it gets into your mind. So you've got to stay focused, try not to distract yourself too much. But I will say that it's once the formation lap starts, at least it was for me, that was a time where the nerves started to calm down and I got really honed in and focused on the start that was coming.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. DRS now enabled. DRS enabled. Okay mate, we're not using as much fuel as we predicted, which means we've got extra performance in hand, so let's push and use it all up. Okay mate, I'm afraid we didn't quite get what we needed there, but let's not worry about it. Get your head down now, chin up, and let's focus right until the checkered flag. go, final lap. Absolutely awesome. Just amazing, mate. Well done.
What a great race it's been then. Another classic Singapore Grand Prix. And they've held on to take the checkered flag here today.
And you can really tell that they're taking this one step at a time, one race at a time, and getting the points on the board when it matters. That's what it's going to take, consistency and the bigger picture.
As the winners make their way up to the podium, one can only imagine the celebrations that will take place at McLaren tonight. Congratulations to everyone on the team, securing the win and proving that they're a force to be reckoned with out on the track. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
So there you have it, and a very exciting race. Whoa, like my heart is still beating right now. I mean, I think I might have to take a seat, have to take an aspirin or something. Wow. So that was Singapore, and you know what? Let's take a look at the replay, and then after this, if I haven't bored you to death, I'll play Azerbaijan, which was the race just previous to this. as you can see, a pretty exciting race. I really enjoyed driving that. It's the 5th lap right now. I really found my pace, really found my stride around lap 3. And like halfway through lap 3. Lap 4 was beautiful. And as you can see, this lap right here closes out nicely. Very, very happy for that win. Now, here are the standings. I'm number 1 in the series right now for the season, and my constructor team McLaren is number 1. For those of you who haven't had enough and would like to see a little bit more racing, I have one more treat for you. I will play. First off, let me advance. Excellent. Now I'm on par with my rival. My previous rival was a Doohan, I believe, and so now I'm on par with my new rival. I'm ranked 76. My rating is 76. I started out at 69, at 63, and I had a target of reaching 69. Now I'm at 76. So I'm doing well. I'm advancing. As you can see here, you get experience points along these different categories depending on how you perform. I'm not going to go into too much detail there. I'm really starting to make inroads on my team. I started out with much less recognition. Now I'm at 34% recognition relative to my teammate, Lando Norris, who was the incumbent, or the seeded rather, who was here when I got here, and he had a much higher recognition. He was like something like 90 or 80, 85 or something like that. So that's going well. These other different categories, these have to do with upgrading your car, which I won't get into here. These are the different specialists, though, that will award you points based on you satisfying certain requirements they set. Bear with me, it takes a moment. I know, I've been pretty posh. Alright, so there's a lot of things that go on in this game. I'm going to go back to the main menu now, so I can go to the theater, which will allow me to play, replay the previous race that I was in, where I came in second to Max Verstappen. This was, I was really bummed out, but I got through it. Azerbaijan. This is Azerbaijan. And you saw that exciting finish where I believe that actually was Leclerc whom I hit. I hope that you've enjoyed. I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I've enjoyed sharing it with you. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend. This has been Jefferson Mayfield. Bye-bye.